Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Guitar Crate. I have something special for you today. We might even be dipping into the old religions or something that you might say, the old ways. But I've been doing, I've been doing a lot through the years when it comes to guitar building and manufacturing. And though we have a lot of information on the internet, for some reason, no one talks about this. And actually, I shouldn't even say that. There are videos about this, but it's almost like they end the video with a question. They end the video talking about whether or not it's more functional. And for some reason, for all the millions of people there on YouTube and on the internet, no one, I actually haven't found an article or anything where anyone has actually discussed why they make guitars that are 22 frets versus 24 frets. And also, why are 24 fret guitars the new guitars? You go back to the 50s, they had 21 and 22 fret guitars. They didn't have 24 frets guitars until probably, I think, like Charvel, in that era when metal started getting big and you had Eddie Van Halen and you had shredders. Before that, you didn't see 24 fret players. You didn't see guitars made with 24 frets up until that point in time, and it wasn't by accident. So the next time you're going to look for a guitar, this is something you should take into account, because it may make a huge difference in your enjoyment of the instrument, and also just, being able to make that better educated decision is going to make, it's going to make that instrument a lot more personal to you. But the main reason why 22 versus 24 frets, though a lot of people talk functionality, it's almost like a lost knowledge that it's actually because tone. Because tone is why people have 22 frets. Gibson makes 22 fret guitars because tone. Fender makes 21 and 22 fret guitars because of money and tone. 21 frets, and this is a 22 fret Strat, but there's a little lip under here, so when you screw the neck into the neck pocket, the 21 fret guitar would cut off here because it's then just one piece. The original like maple necks, it was all one piece, so they just cut it off and boom. 22 frets add some functionality, but the 21 fret original 21 fret Strat was actually just, it was more economical to make them 21 frets, and it didn't really make a big difference. But the reason why they were discussing 21 and 22 fret is because 24 fret to them wasn't an option. It wasn't something they were interested in doing, and that's what we're going to get into in this video. You get into the original Fender guitar, it's a 25.5 inch scale. Now, whether it's a 25.5 or a 24 3/4 like a Gibson, it doesn't matter guitar to guitar. The ratio is the same. And what I mean by that, and this is what I want you to understand before I give you the answer, I want to make sure you understand where this is coming from, because it's going to help it resonate a lot better for you. So, when you have a 25.5 inch scale, 25.5 to the saddles right here, from the nut where it pinches to right there is 25.5. When I go here, same thing, 25.5. Well, this is 22 and this is 24. It's not about the scale length to 22 or 24 frets, it's about the ratio. When I go from here and I go halfway at 12 3/4, I get to the octave, the 12th fret. I take that sound wave and I cut it in half. So when I cut this in half, I get my octave, because it's twice as high, or it's half the length, which raises the pitch to exactly double what it was. When I go from the 12th fret now to the 24th fret, I do that again, and now it's 6 3/8 from here to here. 6 3/8 gets me the next octave, and now that sound wave really goes from here to there, and it cuts in half. That's what gets you your octave. So if I have a Gibson that's 24 3/4, all the frets line up the same way in the ratio to itself, just like these line up in the ratio to themselves. So the scale length part of this isn't the important part. The frets are just going to continue, and you'll notice this 24th fret is a little bit shorter than the 22nd fret and the 21st fret. All that happens is the fretboard ends, and we have a pickup, versus 24 frets, it ends, and then we have a pickup. What is key here is that 24th fret, because the 24th fret is where all the tone is housed. Now if I take, I don't know if this will work acoustically or not, but if I take my finger and I'm on the 12th fret, and it's very quiet, but you get that little wing, it almost sounds like a harp. It's very colorful and flurry. All right, so that noise, that is that octave spot, and in there is a sweet spot where you get all that flutter, you get these overtones, you get these harmonics, you get all this extra color. That happens only on the octave. I'm sure, like, especially if you're a beginner, or when you were a beginner, the first time someone showed it to you, you're like, oh my god, it's amazing, and then you try it and it takes you like a week to get right in that spot, because if you're off by the thickness of a hair, it won't do that harmonic. Well, Leo Fender, the guys at Gibson, for whatever reason, they all knew this, and it made just sense to them that from the beginning they made guitars this way, and it's a real testimony to how intelligently they did it the first time and how much they knew the first time. It's not that the 24 fret guys don't know anything, they're after a different model, but the 22 fret guys and 21 fret guys, Fender, they made sure that when you came down and you went 6 and 3/8, boom, right there at 6 and 3/8, I've got magnets, I've got the pickup, and now in that sweet spot right there at the 24th fret, or where the 24th fret would be, where that second octave is the pickup that is now picking up all those overtones and all those colors and harmonics that come out of the octave. If you go on anywhere on the internet, everyone who has a Strat talks about the neck pickup on a Strat, something about the neck pickup on a Strat. The funny part is most of them will have different neck pickups. People swap pickups all the time. This is the Hendrix set. I've got one over there, it's got double stacks in it. Someone's going to have DiMarzio, someone's going to have Lawlers, but people always love the neck pickup on a Strat. The reason why is because Leo put the pickup right there at the 24th fret, so it was harmonically rich and as sweet, so it was able to pick up all the extras. Now what happens when you get to the humbucker is this top bar right here, where the Allen or the screws are, the adjustable part, that is sitting right here at the 24th fret, and I line these up here so you can see as we go across, all the nuts should be at the same spot. This one might be a hair off, but I put a rag here and a rag here just to make sure these lined up. When you come in to right where the 24th fret would be, 24 frets, right there, you have the neck humbucker sitting in the sweet spot. This pickup in this guitar is so harmonically rich, it is mind-boggling. Oftentimes I can't get myself off this neck pickup. The reason why is, one, it's the guitar. The guitar sings. It's a awesome guitar. I wish I could take credit for it, but I just got lucky. But when I built this guitar, this is in the design, is the humbucker is going to the 24th fret. If you have a Strat, any Strat made by Fender, Charvel, anything that's 22 frets, you're doing it because the design is that the humbucker is going to sit, or the single coil is going to sit right there, boom, at the 24th fret position. Gibson still does it to this day. They won't make a 24 fret guitar. They don't want to make a 24 fret guitar because it changes the tone. Tone. Now, you get to a Schecter. Keep in mind, they didn't start making these, not just a Schecter, but 24 fret guitars, they didn't start making these until later on. This is when you get 80s, this is when you get metal, maybe 70s, but this is later on. a good 20 years after the guitars are really have become what they are. But because you're looking for the extra functionality, we go 24 frets, we do a deeper cut, and that's fine, and that's great. It's not that one is better, but what happens is when you do 24 frets, you shift the pickup, and now it's sitting over here off that harmonic space, just like if you were to do the pick trick, and I went like this, you hear it, and now you get nothing. So all of that changes by just that much space. And that is why, if you're a metal player and you always wish Fender did a 24 fret guitar, that's why they don't. If you always wish that Gibson gave you a little extra neck range, that's why they don't. It's because tone. So I hope that made a lot of sense. When you're going to look for a guitar, there are tons of options out there. People will cater to anything that you're looking for. And you may be a guy that is looking for a 24 fret guitar, and that's perfectly fine. Know what you're getting into when you have it. Someone, that's looking at a 24 fret guitar, if you're having problems with getting the tone that you like out of the neck pickup, I've seen guys literally cut the neck pickup out and just go one bridge pickup. EMGs tend to be popular in these 24 fret guitars because they're more powerful and they'll be able to pull more energy out of the string than a passive pickup, and that's why you see a lot of guys get with that. And then a small secret is, if you pick on a neck pickup, if you have 24 frets, if you pick a brighter pickup in the neck, it will tend to not be as money. But when you're on 24 frets and you put like an old big fat juicy humbucker in the neck, and it's a big beefy one, it tends to get muddy a lot quicker. So if you pick a brighter humbucker, if you're having problems, that will tend to help. Nothing beats walking into the store and trying both options, because once you're looking for it and you hear it, night and day, you'll see the difference and you'll be able to make a decision. Again, thank you for spending some time with me. I hope that you can be inspired, and your next guitar purchase, that you have the information to find the guitar you're looking for the first time. And until then, subscribe to greatness. We'll see you soon.